In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a waistline facing. We're making a facing for a skirt which has a front dart. To create a nice smooth finish and reduce bulk, ideally we want to remove the dart. So first of all, we're going to draw out the facing using the pattern piece, and we're going to include the dart. Now you could pivot out the dart, but I like to show this example by folding out the dart to show you what is going to happen and how easy it is to remove a dart from a pattern. So draw in the dart and then mark your facing hemline down from your waistline edge. I'm marking 5 centimeters down for this example. Make sure you square off at a right angle at the side seam and at the centre front seam, and just draw straight through the dart if required, as necessary. Next, you want to fold out the dart. If you've got a lot of excess paper, it might be a good idea at this point just to trim it down slightly. So fold out the dart and then use a little bit of tape just to secure it. Next, you want to trim off any excess paper . And then smooth out the lines before adding the seam allowances. I'm going to remind myself that I'm placing the centre front on the fold by marking that on with my usual arrow and markings. And then I'll add my seam allowance to the top edge. And this will be the edge that joins to the skirt. And then I'll add my seam allowance to my side seam. I'm not going to add a seam allowance to the bottom because I don't want to add any extra bulk, so I'll finish off my hem with an overlocking stitch. But I do want a nice smooth curve at the bottom hem, so I just use my pattern master to smooth off that curve. Once I'm happy, I can mark out all of my lines using a darker pen, and then I can go ahead and cut it out. And now I want to grab my pattern piece and fold out the dart, and then make sure that the facing matches my pattern. And that is looking great. However, I want to make sure that my facing is going to stay on the inside of my skirt at all times, and also create a great foundation for my skirt to hang from. So I'm going to trim off just 2 to 3 millimeters from the top edge, which is the edge that will join to the waist, and from the side seam. And this will just help to pull the facing to the inside and keep it there.